Welcome to the GSTL. Once again, it is time for Jokji to see if he can pull things back. He is the final player for Enes Hosa. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they're really in trouble, and Jokji has to play in a matchup that he, historically speaking, does not like all that much. He shines in his game, play against Zerg, he's great against Protoss, but he only has a 48% win ratio against Terran, which doesn't make him a bad player in the TVT, but still already indicates a little bit that this is a scenario that Enes Hosa was trying to avoid.
Yeah, and using the best like this, not only took out San, but forces Jokji out in an uncomfortable position. This doesn't necessarily mean that the best will beat Jokji here. I mean, like, the best can win this match, but I think that Jokji is heavily favored here. And the best was not designed to win this match.
No, he wasn't. He was here to take down San, to take down a Protoss player, and they train. And if you train for a team match, this is always different than training for the individual league. You have to snipe one player. If you take 2 wins, that is of course great. But in the overall strategy, the more players you can take down, the better. But you are usually just trying to kill at least one of them. Take down a key player of your opponent's team and give your teammates the chance of shining.
Well, let's see if Jokji can shine today. He's going to have to if Enes Hosa wants to advance to the semifinals. This is the GSTL Enes Hosa versus FXOpen with Caldor and Wolf.
It could be the last map today. FXO is up 4 games against Enes Hosa, and to the bottom left of the map in the red we have the last player, the last man standing for the university team. It is
Enes Hosa, Jokji!
a great player, a former Code S champion, and he has a lot of pressure on him right now. He needs to win 4 maps in order to lead his team into the next round of the GSTL. So the top right starts his opponent in the blue. Starting for FXO, we have
FXO, the best!
It's going to be the first player that Jokji will have to defeat in his run. Look at his mouse. He looks like, that looks like the type of mouse that you would buy at Walmart for a very low price. Low price, low price in this case, maybe high quality, but it looks like a low quality mouse. I don't know. It's definitely his choice though. I always love to look at players' equipment and see like what they value or what sort of things they like to use. The best is not taking gas, by the way. Oh, I take it back. He took it now.
Yeah, you're doing it right now. And the thing is with the mouse, the one thing that I like about it is that it's different. It's always cool if you have like your personal thing. So I think it's pretty funny.
Yep. Trivia about the best in the team house. He uses that hack that you can change the background of your ladder screen. He has a different girl group. Quite often he kind of changes that image around as his background for your ladders.
What's his favorite?
I think last time I saw him with Tiara, which is a little bit disappointing to me. I don't really like Tiara.
Okay, what would Wolf approve?
You know, recently
I knew that there was no simple answer to
there
this.
is no simple
I knew.
answer.
Why did I ask? Why do I do this to myself?
I actually really prefer, though, as my background for the ladder screen, just the normal one that Blizzard provides. I don't like to modify that. But if I had to pick a girl group recently that I really liked, I would have to say Wonder Girls. But in the past, they weren't always the one that I liked. But recently, they've impressed me. Weird video I saw from them yesterday. I hated it at first, and then I liked it. It was the first time I saw it, so I don't even know what it's called. But I only saw the end of it.
I'm tempted to ask why they impressed you, but I won't because I'm afraid of the answer. We have a Reaper opening for the best. He's starting with a Reaper expand here.
Yes, he is, and this is going to be the first long game we may have seen in a while from the best. Well, it might not go that long, but we'll see. It's at least going to start with an expansion.
Yeah, Jokji, on the other hand, is starting with his factory now. The reactor is on its way as well. And how much gas does he have? He's still on 1 refinery. He doesn't have the second, so it's highly unlikely that we are going to see Cloak. We might see a Banshee, but definitely no Cloak. This SCV knows about the expansion, knows about the Reaper. but well, bites the dust fairly soon.
Yeah, he didn't see the command center, but he knows. You would never make a Reaper without a command center unless you're playing against Slayer's Boxer. So, since he knows that those two things are not the case, it's going to be an expansion. He keeps his expansion on the high ground because he wasn't 100% certain what he was facing yet. And the beauty of the Reaper expand is that the Reaper allows you to get in the main base, possibly scout what your opponent's tech is without using a scan, and it allows you fast stim. That stim is absolutely necessary to defend against Banshee play. But right now, the Banshees are quite delayed. Oh, this poor Reaper.
Yeah, well, it had so much potential.
Yeah, it really did.
Could have scouted, could have killed a few SCVs, but running into 2 Hellions is not really what you should do if you want to have a long, successful life.
These 2 Hellions may actually decide to commit to fighting the best here, actually, as there are, there's just a few Marines, but the positioning on the Marines was so good that actually we'll have to be really careful with how he micros this.
The Marines are already dead, and very well done by Jakchi. Nice control here. And he moves back immediately. He's like, okay, well, I did enough damage. Both of my Hellions are down in the red now, so I need to get some repair. Doesn't overcommit here, doesn't lose them. Well done.
Viking first coming out for Jakchi, not going to be making any Banshees, not even using an add-on at his starport. Engineering Bay coming down for the best, as he knows that Banshees are quite likely to face, and if he's facing Cloak, since he has not seen a command center, he's going to have to be prepared for that, so he's probably even going to make turrets without even seeing anything. It's going to help him because he's not going to have Vikings, he needs stim, he needs vision, and once he has all those different things he can defend against the Banshees, it's kind of a pyramid you have to build, if you will.
You obviously know the best premier time of FXO, so do you think that he in a macro game can actually win against a player like Jakchi?
It's been a long time since I studied his play and stood behind him while he was playing, but the macro games I had seen of him in the past, he could do it, but I would definitely say that in the late game, Jakchi will have an advantage. He is the better player in my honest opinion, but I think that the best, if he engages well, if he picks fights that he should pick, he definitely can win. He is going very heavy on the bio right now, getting the upgrades first, getting combat shield, so he has already got stim. He's got quite a few Marauders out on the map as well, but this is not a fight he wants to pick right now, not with the Hellion there and the tank in that composition.
We have additional production now being added for Jakchi. 2 barracks on the production tab, and of course he's going for siege tanks already.
This is a mistake. If he stimmed, he could have killed that.
Yeah, the Viking is just able to run away here. But yeah, as I just was about to say, we have the siege tanks now coming up for Jakchi, and therefore already a little bit different of a strategy for him. The best is now just adding his factory very, very late in the game. So definitely something where Jakchi has an advantage of his opponent, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how exactly he's going to use them. If he's going to push out and try to lay siege to his opponent's
no!
base. A little bit unfortunate here.
Yeah. But he spots the army at least, and this army is too small to be out this far right now. I feel like he needs to send it home, and he is sending it. Well, he moved it a little bit, but the thing is, if he actually gets surrounded, since the army is now known about, he can just kill that army, and that's basically half the best army right now. He can't afford to lose that, as he's trying to power up, get his own tanks out, get some more add-ons going up back at home. The idea behind this army is a little bit strange as well. I mean, what is it really going to accomplish? There's no third base there. Is he going to try to come into the natural with a stim attack if his opponent moves out? He doesn't even have control of the watchtowers to spot for that, so...
But he definitely cannot attack straight on.
If
he attacks head on, he will die. There are too many siege tanks, the defense is too strong for Jakchi, and well, siege mode is not done just yet, but up to the point where the best would actually arrive at the natural. He would have siege, and he could have sieged up, so this is definitely something that the best should not attempt to do here. But well,
and he's gone home with those units.
And he needs them in order to defend, because Jakchi is now, with the first medevacs out on the map, the player who tries to initiate the first encounter.
By the way, the best is actually not going tanks at all just yet, just sticking purely with bio.
Yeah.
Getting the factory made a reactor, and he switched that with starport, so he's going to start his first medevacs now. Very ahead in upgrades, but eventually Jakchi's going to have the better composition with his siege tanks, though. You cannot play pure bio, not anymore, not in today's day and age. People know how to beat that too easily. People are not sloppy with their siege tanks.
If you want to make this, what is the siege mode? If you want to make a pure really bio-heavy play work, then you also have to make sure that you are really mobile with the army. Use a lot of medivacs, go for drop play, multitasking, very important. The third base now coming up for FXO the best first, and at the same time he's moving out with his army. The drop is still lingering, hovering to the top left of the main base, hiding under one of those rocks.
Yeah, literally. The best is moving out with an army as it takes his third. This is a smart way to play when you have this type of composition against someone who's has a much less mobile army, because you can attack his third base location. But the problem is with his army out of position, he has nothing to defend this drop.
Great reaction here. Immediately pulls the SCVs back, doesn't lose a single one at first, but now the two that were stuck in the refineries might die.
And gets out of there without losing anything.
Just annoying his opponent a little bit. And he of course has the potential now to hit the third.
He supply blocks him further.
But that's exactly what he does.
Look at the defense here.
He's at the third base now.
Yeah, he is. And this is terrible for the best, losing a ton of supply, now being 40 supply down.
That was really bad. And at the same time, the command center has been delayed because there's one Marine that was dropped. And wow, that's a poor Marine.
He did his job, though.
He stands at the command center, and it's like watching an accident about to happen. The siege tank sieging up on the high ground, and the poor Marine on half the hit points. Boom! In your face!
That tank is so happy right now. He's like, take a step closer. Here, the second group of Marines come in, they take the same shot, and Jockey's like, whoa, guys, hold on, there's a tank over there. Don't do that.
With a 40 supply lead on the move, having I mean, the best is ahead in upgrades. He has 1-1, he's going for +2/+2, but the army supply, you're pointing it out, it's 100 against 55.
Yep, and this is just too much.
The
this
siege
many
tanks
Marines
are gone. He doesn't even need his own tanks.
Nope, he's going for the orbital, actually, and he will get it
down. He takes the orbital down, and he is still way ahead in army supply and overall supply as well.
Yeah, this is a terrible position for the best to be in. Right now, the best siege tank count is down 5, 7-2. Going to lose another small group of units on the map for free as well. He can't be happy with this. He's starting to find himself in a position where things are spiraling out of control. Upgrades alone are not going to get him into this game. No. He needs something more.
The third base is nearly done for Jakji. Jakji has a tank count of 8-3 at this point. Is taking down the rocks here, and he has all the cards in his hand that he needs.
Yeah, armory going up for him. He can start his 2-2 upgrades as well.
And now he spots this move out by the best. The best trying to go for a run by, and Jakji is retreating.
All he has to do
is and trying to save his base.
Yeah, all he has to do is siege up and then flank with part of his main army here. The best doing some good scanning, being very aware of where his opponent is. He's not going to lose that chunk of units. But he doesn't have a third. His third command center, his new third, I guess you could call it a fourth command center, is finishing up right now. And Jakji is mining. He's mining from his third.
3 bases against 2. He has the sensor turret in the middle of the map. So he's very well aware of the movements of his opponent.
This may be a mistake attacking here, though. He's got to be careful. Okay, so he sieges up before going up the ramp. He's going to take out that depot. And with the scan, lands a few shots on those Marines. The best is in a very awkward, uncomfortable position right now.
Yeah, half his army is to the left side of the map. He knows about the sensor tower as well, so Jakji is fully aware of every single move that the best makes right now. He can use those scans on the high ground. He has the 3 orbitals that he needs. He has great mining. He's ahead in every single aspect of the game. You know, the overall supply, the gap kind of closed.
Yeah.
But his position is just really awkward. Oh, and here we go.
Well, he's going to save most of these Marines, and now the position actually really good for the best. The best actually can claw his way through here if he gets a few good engagements, but that was not something he wanted. That huge hit on his Marines. To be perfectly frank, he's macroing better than Jakji. He's been able to close the supply gap like crazy. And even without a third command center, but in the end, though, exactly. He really is. He needs that third base. Oh, this is a big Doom drop. If it's spotted, the strategy will be completely shut down. Look at this aggressive sensor tower by Jakji in the middle of the map. This means he can see anything the best is doing. Look at this. Spots it. He's prepared for any eventuality in this game.
Oh, the best moving out at the natural now, though. Moving right into the siege tanks. Not what you want to do. Loses a few Marines here because of it.
He knows that his opponent may unsiege as a result of this drop that's been spotted, but he didn't and so he lost a few Marines. Now, though, he has to be very careful. This is a really strong army for the best. Premature stim. Gets a medevac, though. Got to be careful of that tank.
Yeah, too many siege tanks. He has a few on the low ground as well. 185 supply now against 160.
Oh, he's unsieged!
Chasing him, he's unsieged, and here we go, the siege tanks are gone, the best is losing, the Marines as well, actually he might be able to win this Marine fight as he has the upgrade advantage, but now there are too many, that's a numbers game, he can't win, and down with 30 supply, 3 bases against 2, he's hitting the third.
Yeah, he is, and with this upgrade advantage he can tear through these Marines, but it's a planetary.
Exactly.
A smart choice by Joxy, and you know, had those 3 tanks been sieged, he would have won that fight because of his upgrade advantage, but they were not, and that's exactly what Joxy saw, and he seized upon that moment, and now he's tearing through the natural. This is not good.
No, it is not. The SCVs are being pulled, and all of them are obliterated. The Marines moving into the siege tank range. GG!
A defensive position for Joxy at his opponent's natural. That's never something you want to face. The best got thrashed in that game.
Troll face is on.
Well, it's time. It's time for a Zerg.
The best did what he was supposed to do. He defeated San, and now it's Joxy. He doesn't have Antigua. Antigua has been chosen already. So even though that the NSO player was able to take 1 win here, now he is going to face a few Zergs. Is there any question in your mind that we are going to see either Linog or Lucky now?
No. No question in my mind. I'm like, ASD?
Yeah, not likely. Muspelheim is the next map.
Muspelheim is the next map, and Muspelheim a map where we often see mirror matchups. What we saw yesterday, a PvZ on this map. I love this map actually for how it really favors the player who's more map aware. I've said this probably about 100 times now, but for the 101st time, it favors the player who's more map aware. The way that the ramps are allows the player who sees an army coming to prepare the better concave. And the way that it works is the player who is ready for an engagement will have a huge advantage every time.
Flip a coin. Who's it going to be? Lucky or Linog?
Well, if I had to choose, I would say Linog first.
That's what
I don't have a coin on me right now, so I can't.
That's what they did the last time.
That's what they did last time, so I'm thinking that as well.
Lucky to the top right, though.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's going to be Lucky. Oh, what? This guy coming out. Whale.
All right. Giving Whale a chance here.
Actually, that's really interesting.
I haven't seen Whale in a long time.
They gotta take Joxy more seriously than putting Whale out. So if Whale is not significantly better than last time I saw him, I think this may be a mistake. But I mean, Choya knows best. He watches this guy play. He sees him train. He knows his potential. He knows where he is right now better than I do.
It's definitely not the player that I've expected. It is a Zerg player as we thought it would be, but it's not Linog, it's not Lucky. We have Whale as the next player who was very successful at the WCG in Korea last year. Yep. Now he has to face Joxy, and this is a big test. Look at the keyboard, rainbow colors.
Yeah, he's got a lot of colors there.
I don't think that anyone would have been able to predict Whale here.
No.
It's really a surprise to me, but Choya must have a lot of confidence in his ability to beat Joxy and apparently wants to give him the chance to prove himself too.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to see out of this guy on this map because he chose Muspelheim. Muspelheim often comes out as a map that's just one of the last 2 maps. Right now we have 2 more, so you could have either picked this map, Ohana, or Entombed Valley. And as Zerg usually don't want to pick Entombed, so it was basically between Muspelheim and Ohana, and he chose Muspelheim. And he's coming out before, like we said, Lucky or Linog. So what does this mean? I'm looking forward to finding out.
Well, the thing is, you have Lucky Linog. Just think if you actually would be able to defeat both of them, and you decide that you want to send out a Zerg, rather than send him out now, where his last hope of his team is on his shoulders. It's not the entire weight of hope of his team. So right now he can play on a really
comfortable level,
a very relaxed mindset. Yeah. Because even if he loses, it's okay. There are still 2 players left. Maybe that's the thought process that we are.
Maybe so. It's time to find out if Joxy can take out the last few players here at the GSTL against FXOpen.